gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling featuring the JDF Memorial Sovereign Soundboard. Welcome to the Nuckefe Buckingham Palace. As always, I am the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TCF Baby. Please say the baby, joined by King Reek, House of Havoc, first of his name. Yes, sir.
Yeah, boy.
Back on another one. Hey, well, let me run that back, man. Let me run back the JDF Memorial Sovereign Soundboard. RIP to my guy. Passed away 2 years ago, Tuesday. This upcoming Tuesday, I think it was. It's been 2 years. RIP to the GOAT. So might have to start that marathon up. I've been trying to get on for the last.
Hey, Brad, listen, I'm telling you, like it was hard. I needed something to distract me because I was going crazy for a minute.
Yeah, man, I need to get on that MMPR. I was looking through like Hollywood auction stuff, and I dead ass was looking like, yo, I might have to, if I had the bread for real to spend $1,000, I'll get that Green Ranger uniform. Give me the Dragon Zord, all that.
Hey, I know some people that did it. Yeah, man.
Man, I want that dagger bad, bro.
Facts.
That's all I want. I don't care about having no other morphers or nothing. Give me the dagger, and I'm good. So like, I come on here and I can really go with all that.
It's
necessary. Shout out to the Sovereign Sound.
You gotta have it.
Hey, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in again for another episode. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube at YK Wrestling. Go to YKWrestling.com for all the merchandise and the social media. Hey, you seen it. I'll show Reek. We seen it. It's out now. That motherfucking Christmas sweater. That's what it's called. Motherfucking Christmas sweater. Get you that Young Kings Wrestling Christmas sweater, man. It's official. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that stuff coming up soon. It's the holidays. I'm gonna get one. We just upping all our merch now, man. So shout out to the people out here be flipping their merch.
Hey, I got some on the way.
Hey,
it was supposed to be here but this weekend, so I don't know where it's at.
Hey, man, you the mailman.
Listen, I ain't in my town. Like I work like 30 minutes away from home.
Yeah, they had a different facility, man. They said get y'all shipping times up, man.
Craziness.
Hey, man, get y'all some merch and get it before the holiday season get here, and then it's gonna be delayed for real.
That's a fact.
Might have to get a merch table set up, man.
Hey, listen. You go to a show out there, you know what I'm saying? Facts. We got some gear together to be like, hey, let's get the people on real quick.
Big facts. Hey, let's get into these shout outs, man. Shout out first off, I gotta say, the WWE ID program, they finally did it. They finally got somebody from Las Vegas. Shout out to Ice Williams, out of Future Stars of Wrestling here in Vegas. Also worked Ring of Honor, I believe. He was on a couple episodes of that when they filmed out here. I want to say Double or Nothing weekend.
Okay.
So I want to say he might have been on Rampage or Collision as well. It's Googleable. I'll look it up in a second. But I do know he also worked in a Reality of Wrestling Booker T school. Booker T, the one that actually gave him his offer. So shout out to Ice Williams out here. I've been saying for years, like 5 years now, he's going to be a star. So I'm glad to see we finally on that path because like he got the full everything. He got the gimmick. He got the showmanship, the charisma. He got it all. He can work. He's dope. So if y'all ain't seen no Ice Williams matches, go check him out. Just type him into the old YouTube. I don't got no other shout outs really. That's all I had. It's been one of them long weeks. So yeah. It's about that time, man. Holiday season coming up. Got all this stuff. Shout out to gas being cheaper. That's really the best thing about after the election. Every 4 years, gas get cheaper up until like inauguration. So
amen.
Cheaper gas for the next couple months.
Amen.
I'm with it. My last thing I have, man, I gotta do it. And this is for multiple people. Okay. This is for multiple people.
I'm packing the Ellis, guess what?
These peasants, few peasants. Because man, we love our sports over here.
We do.
We love our sport. We love basketball, football. Like, let us get into a football tangent on here, and this about 10 minutes of the episode will be dedicated to nothing but football, and you turn it on and forget what you was listening to. I thought this was a wrestling podcast. We're going in full depth football analysis like this is First Take. No. I feel like we've been doing better about that.
Yeah.
A little better.
Well, we started up Havoc Hour, so we got another outlet.
True. Yeah, that's awesome. So shout out to us, not talking about football as much, but we love our sports. But here's the thing, man. Like, no offense to LeBron James, because like he's an anomaly here. LeBron and 4 triple doubles last week straight. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was wilding. This
turns 40 in 5 weeks. Okay, I'm not talking about LeBron here, but I am talking about these other old ass athletes that I saw here all over social media, all over the just media in general this past weekend. I'm gonna need y'all to bring that ass here, boy. I'm talking about Mike Tyson. I'm talking about Kurt Angle. Yeah, we're talking about Kurt Angle.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm talking about Stipe Miocic. Y'all 3 old niggas, sit down. Stipe decided to sit down. He did. He said, "Yo, I'm done."
I was about to say that I gotta cut him some slack because I think he realized midway through the fight, like, this is it for me. I ain't trying to do this shit no more.
Yeah, I've seen that face on a lot of athletes in the past. Like 41 years old. He's had 2 fights since COVID happened in 2020. Last night was actually his first fight in almost 4 years. And it was against Jon Jones, which is just like, that's a hell of a fight to come back on. But hey, I heard he got paid like 1 point something million. So it was worth it. But like, listen, I watched that whole fight and it was painful. He got his ass cooked.
He got cooked.
Hey, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
As established previously, he got cooked so bad he had to retire.
Facts.
But Tyson, 58 years old. This dude fought in a sanctioned boxing match for the first time since 2005. I was 12 years old. I am 32.
Right.
The last time he fought, he was sitting on the back. He actually quit. He quit.
Oh,
he said, I can't do it anymore. I'm not into it anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, he said, hey, $20 million, I'll take it.
He tried to hit me in my spine. I'm done. I'm not doing it no more.
My back is broken.
Final.
58 years old, bro. By the middle of the second round, it was an 8-round fight. Went all 8 rounds. By the middle of the second round, it became painful to watch.
I mean, the fact that he did 8 rounds was kind of crazy to me.
That's crazy. I thought he was going to pass out. Mind you, Mike Tyson almost died like 5 months ago.
Yep.
Training for this fight. So, yeah. Sit your old ass down. And then Kurt Angle. We got Kurt Angle out here in a 3-minute commercial spot for CBS Sports to hype up the Ravens versus Steelers. Kurt Angle's from Pittsburgh. He's a big Steelers fan. Steelers and Ravens, probably one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL. So it was a big thing, understandably. And Kurt Angle, you can bring an old wrestler from back in our childhood and put them on anything in media, and it's going to go over because people love old wrestling.
No doubt.
People love Kurt Angle. People love Stone Cold, The Rock, all them guys. So when they come back and they come back to wrestling is fire, but like you'll see them randomly just somewhere else. Like literally you see Ric Flair in insurance commercial.
Oh my god,
I get it.
That whole phase was crazy.
Yeah, I get bringing Kurt Angle in for this moment, but damn it, this man. So you want to tell the people what this was about? Like,
Oh my god. So, I don't know who the other dude was.
yeah, I have no idea. Some actor, some comedian.
Yeah. There was like an actor or something like that. He's got on some Ravens themed gear, and honestly, the ad itself was dope as fuck because they digging full into like wrestling, like because he's coming out like he's cutting a promo and all this other stuff, talking about the heels and the faces and whatnot, describing this rivalry. So he walking out there, this long as hell. He walking out there, he get in the ring, and across from him in the ring, in a Pittsburgh Steelers themed singlet, is one Kurt Angle.
It's true.
With 15% less body fat than he already had. The atrophy is kicking his ass right now. And he proceeded to, for like 2 minutes, he's bumping with this man. Like, I know I've seen you on multiple interviews talk about how you done had multiple knee replacements. You had like 4 or 5 neck surgeries. You got to get another one. Like, your quality of life is bad. You living in regret because of the way you wrestled, constantly in pain, can't play with your kids. You up here bumping for a TV spot for a football game. Like,
right.
Make it make sense, my guy. Like, what are you doing?
Mind you, and I've been on sets. I've been on commercial sets. I've been on movie sets, TV sets before. Like, they shoot about a good 10 takes, possibly, per camera angle. How many times did he have to bump?
This nigga had wrestled a whole match after he
wrestled the whole WrestleMania main event at the end of the shoot.
Supposed to be retired for like the last
5 years.
What? Oh, yeah, at least 5-6 years. Nasty.
Hey, y'all old ass athletes. Look, you got me out here talking like Mike Tyson. I'm still you old ass athletes. Y'all old ass athletes. Y'all got to sit down. Like it's good. LeBron, he cool as long as LeBron keep working. It's cool. But like Aaron Rodgers, come on,
man. Listen,
it's over.
Aaron
Rodgers can play for the Jets as long as he wants to, as far as I'm concerned.
Fuck that. No, I'm done, bro. I checked out. I done checked out. Like there was a time frame that I was excited about that pickup. That time frame ended when this nigga tore his Achilles last year. Cause I'm like, he about to be 40.
First drive.
Yeah, he about to be 40. That's an injury that ends careers.
Bro, he ain't about to be 40. He is 40.
Bro,
like 42.
Ain't he like, no, he got like a couple weeks before he turned 40?
Oh, he's been 40, bro.
I thought he turned 40 like later this year.
No, he turned 40 last year. Yeah, he turned 40. So he's
41
in a week or so.
Oh shit, no. Yeah. After 4 plays and out last year, I'm like, yeah, we finished. It ain't gonna be because at that stage in your life, coming back from Achilles is gonna be bad. Now you talking about coming back from Achilles to play quarterback? Nah, not for the Jets. Not for the Jets.
Why not?
So everybody's shocked, like, oh my god, he falling off. Like, I expected this. I didn't think. I'll be honest. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Like bad. Like we got to get the paper bags out again.
I did.
But I was expecting disappointment. I ain't gonna front about that.
In the words of former multi-time WWE champion Drew McIntyre, I prayed for this, and it
you ain't shit. He said, if my team going down, y'all coming down with us. That's crazy.
Hey, factual. We got the same record. I'm with it. Hey, man, let's talk about what happened this week in wrestling history. Happy birthday to Disco Inferno. trainer out here in Las Vegas for Future Stars of Wrestling. Shout out to him. Crystal Marshall. Y'all remember Crystal Marshall?
Oh, yes.
Hey, hold on. Listen. You already know what was coming.
Damn right.
Hey, Bobby Lashley can't fight.
No, he can't.
I whoop Bobby Lashley ass.
He's swole. He's swole and big for nothing. Ain't worried about him.
I don't care that I've seen him fight before. He can't whoop me. I forgot to mention when we was talking about the fight, Jon Jones can't whoop me either. Let's put that out there. It's on the record.
I ain't co-signing with that. You on your own. You say that. Yo. I watched that finish. That finish with that heel, bruh. That shit hurt me.
Listen, I ain't gonna say I whoop Jon Jones' ass. I ain't gonna say that. I'm just saying he can't whoop me.
Hey,
give me one round with Jon Jones in the octagon, man. Listen, I'll run around for about 3 minutes.
I'm just saying, like, I hope you got your shoes on.
I told you he wasn't gonna whoop me. I ain't say nothing about whooping him or winning or nothing. I'll run around for 3 minutes.
I said survive. I ain't say nothing about winning.
Right. Shit. Happy birthday this past week to Hiroshi Tanahashi. RIP to Matt Capitelli, would have turned 45. He died young as hell.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Died what, 2018?
I think so. I think so, yeah.
So if my math is right, he died about 38, 39 years old. That was somebody I thought was going to be like cold.
Yeah.
Like just from watching him train. Like when him and Johnny Nitro both won tough enough. I was like, they both about to be cold. And then like my man's had the injuries, had cancer, had to retire.
Everything.
Fuck cancer, bro.
Amen.
Y'all took away somebody's potential. That's crazy. Happy birthday this past week. Sarah Del Rey, trainer in NXT. Sunil Singh from the Singh brothers, the Bollywood boys. The original Laparka. Happy birthday to him. The one that's still living. He's still alive out here. Matt Bloom, happy birthday to you. Kalisto, Macho Man Randy Savage. Happy birthday to the GOAT. Was that fire? How was that impression?
That's solid. That's solid.
I did a Macho Man like a week or two ago, and it sounded all right. So I'm gonna do more Macho Man. You might have to dress as Macho Man during WrestleMania.
Hey,
you might be with that. I'm gonna just dress as mad wrestlers. I already got the one I told you about that I was.
I was about to say. I was like, we got one specific.
Yeah, I ain't telling y'all about that one. Macho Man, because a lot of people dress as Macho Man. So I tell you, like, I'll be the seventh nigga in my section dressed as Macho Man, probably.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
You're right. Happy birthday, Tegan Knox, Miko Satomura, and Mercedes Martinez. Happy birthday to all y'all. This past week in wrestling history, I only have one thing, and RIP to Eddie Guerrero, passed away 20. No, it hasn't been 20 years. 19 years ago. This week. That's crazy as hell. And I was just thinking about it because, like, I remember Ray was talking about how he found out about it and how, like, him and Eddie was supposed to take the same flight, but like he had to change his flight, and then he had touched down that morning, and that's like somebody was helping them, like, you know, at the valet or whatever, had told him about it. And I was like, damn. I started thinking, like, we really didn't have like up-to-date updates on shit back then like we do now with social media. I think crazy. I found this out about like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So if Rey Mysterio found this out getting off a red-eye flight, that's like 7, 8 in the morning.
That's around the time I found out. Because I say this all the time. I had a habit before I went to school. I'd be up at like 6 in the morning And before I left off to school, I would check
You
WWE.com.
got school on a Sunday, bro?
That wasn't Sunday?
Yeah, he died on Sunday, bro. Because they was taping Raw and SmackDown that night.
I didn't find out till Monday.
Damn.
I
Man, found out 24 hours later.
It
old as hell.
it wasn't like I ain't seen nothing about it. They didn't post nothing about it till that it was either late that night or in the morning because I'm like, yo, first thing in the morning I woke up and I seen it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember seeing it like that afternoon that it happened, like right before they had the taping. And I was just like, damn, the fuck? Because now I heard that like Ray told his story, I was like, damn. So like the whole day that went by and people didn't know about this. Like that's how shit used to be.
Yeah.
Back then. Like you find out somebody died before they family find out nowadays.
Oh yeah. Because all the socials, Twitter,
right?
TMZ nosy ass.
Yeah, they on some bullshit. But how do you think Eddie Guerrero's career would have panned out had he still been alive? Like, if he's still living today, what would he have been doing in the last 20 years?
He definitely would have had more than one world title. I know that.
Facts.
We would have seen a lot more dream matches at Mania. We were supposed to get him and Sean that year, Mania 22. So he missed out on that. Like he had found, some semblance of peace the last couple of years. Like, he done fought back all his demons. He done reached the highest heights. And now it was kind of just like, what more can I get back to the business? He was working with Batista, helping get him over. The Survivor Series, that was the last thing he was supposed to. He was supposed to be on the Survivor Series team. That's he wound up. I think it was either Lashley took his spot or Randy took his spot.
Orton.
Yeah. So, you had that. There was a lot more stories for him to tell, and it's crazy to say, but probably wouldn't have as much Rey Mysterio success if Eddie hadn't passed away. Like, it's crazy to say, but it's true. But it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Like he was the flag bearer for the culture on their side, and once he was gone, it was like we passing all that, and that's why I say too, like he would have had a lot more world titles because it's like all of that shit that Ray did probably would have been Eddie. Honestly,
yeah,
that's where he was going.
So it's a lot of factors that we deal with now currently that would not have existed, like the wellness policy, for instance, had Eddie Guerrero not passed away. I mean, the wellness policy exists because Eddie Guerrero passed away, and it exists in the form that it does now because Redacted snapped the way that he did. So I'm thinking if Eddie doesn't die, neither of them things happen. Honestly, like that's the butterfly effect that it had on things, which like could be good or bad. It probably would result in more, somebody else passing away. Like I remember because of the wellness policy, they were able to find out MVP had a heart problem. Like we don't find out he had a heart problem without the wellness policy. So like, would he have died? Like, was it destined for somebody to die for the wellness policy to exist? Like, I don't know. But I remember Stephanie McMahon saying he was on track to win the title off of Batista around this time. Right. She even said the night he died, he was supposed to win it. I don't know if that was really the case. These corporate people be embellishing.
Yeah, so I don't know about that.
But Batista did get hurt, and they had to put the title on somebody a couple months later. That somebody probably would have been Eddie, because it would have made the most sense in story. Like Eddie would have won it. Maybe I don't know who he would have fought at Mania, but
I'll say maybe he goes on Eddie, but
they put it on Kurt. They had to get Kurt off of Raw.
True. That's what I'm saying. Like it might have just been like they stick with Kurt and maybe Kurt runs it with Eddie. I mean, they had a match at Mania before, but Um, I don't know. They could have had a little program, short program, or something like that. Like you also had, you know, the original plans with Taker and Kurt was supposed to be them in Mania, which they probably should have did because that shit would have been crazy.
Ran that shit at No Way Out.
Yeah, like that's a that's a five that's a 5-star match. I don't care what these old decrepit bastards got to say about it. It was a 5-star match. um, but nah, you had that. And if you want to put it on Eddie, you can put it on Eddie. Him and Sean at Mania for a title. I'm watching that.
Hey,
that's like that's slapping. You know,
for a title or without a title, it's getting watched. And listen, if I had the opportunity to see Sean and Eddie, those my two favorite wrestlers as a kid. Like that era, those were my 1 and 2. If I saw them wrestling, like you couldn't tell me shit about that match. It could have been the worst match ever. I would have said it was gas.
Oh God,
I do not care.
That would have if we would have had that match, Sean would have had a clean sweep of from 03 through the 2010s of all the best matches at Mania. Clean sweep.
What was the best match at Mania 22?
Now that was Edge and Mick Foley that year.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it that. I thought Sean and Vince was all right. It was cool.
No, it was good, but like they just I can't not give it to them. They stole the show. Like if they still had that match and Eddie and Sean wrestle, like they would have had some work to do. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like we still probably be debating about it, but I know that it'll be in the conversation. Like, yo, he might have had that. But the rest of the way from Mania 19 through when he retired, yeah, he got all those.
Yeah, I think like around the time Sean's career winded down, Eddie would have winded down a bit too.
Oh yeah,
he kind of got into his 40s. Maybe like around the 2010s. This nagging injuries, like maybe they possibly would have caught some heart issues he had, and he would have had to retire, and they actually would have been able to, get that, on track versus how things were the standard in 2005. There was no standard. There was no test.
Nah,
so
you just show up to work.
Yeah. I think he would have been an early trainer at the Performance Center for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like for sure. If not opening his own school and doing something like, Booker T and all the other legends did.
Yeah.
Like he would have definitely did some shit like that. You think he would have been working in Hollywood with Chavo?
I don't know.
Doing some stunt work or something?
Maybe like the stuff they did with Iron, like stuff with Iron Claw. Oh yeah. I can see that. I can see it working on something like that.
Hey, he wouldn't have turned down them Hollywood checks now.
No, not at all. Like that.
What if
Young
Eddie
Rock
and Chavo did Lucha Underground together? That would have been crazy. Eddie on Lucha Underground.
Yeah, they would have had to at some point.
Hey man, we missed out on a lot.
It would have been some
bullshit.
He would have been on some uncle energy down there.
Hey, hey, you think this is mad stereotypical? You think they would have like did a Breaking Bad little storyline and Lucha Underground, Eddie playing like the uncle that was in the wheelchair?
That might have been. Hey, listen, this like
because Lucha Underground wasn't serious at all. Like,
nah. And like Eddie could get down with some storylines for real.
Thanks.
Like that probably would have cooked for real.
Yeah, we can talk about Eddie a little bit later, man. I got some more stuff on Eddie, but I want to say my last thing. I think he would have definitely bumped for Dom last year in late 2022 when Dom and Ray was beefing. Like when they first started beefing. Like he definitely would have like came out there, like try to talk some sense into Dom and shit. Like Dom would have got way more heat than he already had.
Oh yeah.
Just fucking with Eddie.
Yeah, nah, we would have carried this shit like a lot, especially now that he's looking like Eddie with the mullet, that mustache, everything like that, bruh. We would have been on fire with this shit.
Eddie would have been in the LWO and shit still.
Oh God, I hope not. He would have been the one. He would have been the one to be like, "Yo, listen, there's too many of y'all in this group. Like, pick 3 or 4 and let's move on. Like, everybody want to be in with the group. You can't sit with us. Some of y'all got to go. Right up.
Eddie would say, man, y'all, there's too many Puerto Rican niggas in here, man. You see these colors?
Right.
These colors are red, white, and green. You got like 3-4 Puerto Rican niggas. Y'all done made the colors Puerto Rican colors. Shout out to my Puerto Rican people, man. Y'all ain't garbage. I love y'all.
Big facts.
I don't care what the maggots say. Hey, man, one of my neighbors is a nigga. This motherfucker had a Trump shirt on and a MAGA hat.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, nigga, I can see you, right? You know I can see you. It's funny, he driving an electric vehicle and everything. Like, this motherfucker a straight up caricature, bro. Ooh. I was like, damn. And then I heard him the other day. He mad countries. Like, you know how that goes.
I said he can't help it.
Yeah. Listen.
So,
I heard that, right?
So the whole product of your environment and all that. So
I was tweak just because I never seen a black maggot in person before. So that shit kind of threw me off guard.
Yeah,
and listen, like me, I'm the type of person, I don't care who you voted for, bro. I'm not that type of guy.
Nah.
But like, damn, like you out here parading around like he got the Trump shit on. Like, I'll wear a Lakers shirt. I'll wear all Lakers shit. Like, that's crazy to me. I used to be like that when I was a teenager, bro. Like, it's grown ass adults are still like.
I'll tell you this
Obama
though.
shirts when I was 16.
Oh yeah, I had my folks frame the Time magazine cover.
Oh,
I had that shit hanging right up here next to my door.
My grandma had the same Obama throw blanket draped over her couch since 2009.
Yeah, man.
That shit has not moved places at all.
I'll tell you what though. I could imagine people being jealous of the type of pop this motherfucker gets when he pulls up to these damn you see him at the fight last night?
Listen.
He walked out here and these motherfuckers was losing
every time they at the Garden, big pop.
Yo.
He had all his homies there, nigga. Triple H was there.
Yeah. Everybody was going crazy when this motherfucker walked out here.
Jon Jones did his dance and shit after knocking.
Yeah.
And then pointed out, and that nigga was like, yeah, dance for me, boy. Looking at it.
Oh man.
I'm at this point, I'm seeing how far we can lean into certain things we say.
Honestly. Who canceling us?
Right.
I just want to know.
Come in one day, the fucking account be deleted.
I mean, look, if we supposed to be in the uncensored age, we taking censorship down and shit like that. It shouldn't be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all motherfuckers, they claiming like, oh, we knocking that shit down. The people should be able to say what they want to say. All right, we gonna put that shit to the test.
Thanks.
I don't want to see no strikes.
I don't call niggas a coon on here about 4 of the last 5 weeks. Hold on. I gotta run this one now. Hold on. Where's it at?
Sorry. Anybody deserves a coon award, it is your ass, boy.
I'm just saying.
Shout to the doc.
I'm gonna start getting real reckless at the mouth come January, and if it's a problem,
hey,
I'm gonna be showing up. I'm gonna be showing up to the meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
listen, we go find this out right now. First episode of Young Kings Wrestling after the inauguration is January 27th. So
that I already know it's gonna be plenty for me to talk some shit on. Hey. I already know.
Bart Scott, can't wait.
Thanks.
Where we out in the royal address? That was an interlude for you.
So Dutch Mantell,
Mm.
we talked about him a couple weeks ago. He was in the hospital, had some real serious health issues. It was potentially gonna cost him his life. And of course, everyone's favorite decrepit old bastard had some words to say about it, putting it out there and mentioning how he had unflattering things to say about Tony Khan in the midst of all that. Well, the clapback arrived this past week, and he had some things to say.
Yeah.
So let's see. Story time with Dutch Mantell. James Romero was talking to Dutch, and he mentioned it. He said, Meltzer writes that you and your wife weren't doing well. There was a GoFundMe out, and about 64,000 got raised and things like that. I ain't gonna get this whole quote, but he was like, "Listen, I don't give any time or effort to nothing that Dave Meltzer writes, but it did kind of piss me off because I think it speaks more to Tony Khan's humanity than anything it says about me. Yeah, I've been critical about him, but it's my job to go out there and talk about the business. Mm-hmm. You know, that it's the same thing what we do about the little things that I don't like when it comes to Tony Khan. That's basically what he was doing. You know, he's an old school wrestling guy. He wants to see old school wrestling out of a wrestling promotion. And some of the stuff, obviously, that they do, a lot of talent from all these other places, you know, flippy dippy, acrobatic, gymnastic shit. That he was talking about how like that shit don't hit for him. It don't. But it's like, listen, at the end of the day, you bring that up when I almost lost my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you not knocking at me, I almost died, my wife almost died, but you point out the fact that I was critical of someone that you support. It's nasty.
Remember on Paid in Full when the nigga pulled up on camera, he was like, "Man, Calvin must have got y'all shook." Cam was just like, "You want a Calvin's hose or something? Like, Mel, you want a Tony's hose or something?"
Yeah,
like,
he must
every
be.
Time somebody a little bit critical, hear his ass come, and you gotta just jump at it. Like, that's crazy. Just doing tricks on him. This is what Dutch Mantell had to say about old boy.
I would just like to walk up on Meltzer and just slap the dog shit out of him. Really.
Welcome to the collection. I feel like I'm gonna use that a lot often.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. But
what else we got?
Yeah. Best wishes to my guy.
Fucking Dave Meltzer.
Amen. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, he heals up and gets back on his feet solid. He said he don't really remember anything about this, so but before I get off the health issues, we got back to Conan because he back in the hospital. He had remember back in 2022, he had to go get heart surgery. He had some bad effects of COVID, and
I didn't know that.
Supposedly, he was back in the hospital with some diverticulitis. This is only the third time I've heard of this shit. You know, there was Brock.
All wrestlers too.
Yeah, exactly. Brock, and he just had it. Now Conan, he taking multiple hits, but so yeah, speedy recovery to my guy. Hopefully that works out.
For sure.
You know, we don't need to see no more bad news with our older wrestlers because you know we say it all the time about the age.
Mm-hmm. He not that old either.
Yeah. Yeah, we was watching Conan in the 90s. Shit.
All right. We was watching Conan in the 2000s.
Yeah. LAX.
Yeah, LAX.
Yeah. Shit.
Come on now.
Yeah, man. Now we're gonna jumping into some positivity. You mentioned Lance. Lance got he signed, so they just put him in the newest class of signees. But if you notice, another name that's in that group is the son of Evander Holyfield.
Yeah.
Was
Elijah
had
Holyfield.
had a brief stint in the NFL.
Oh
He
shit,
played
he did
for
play the Eagles, right?
he was with the Eagles and spent some
Yeah.
time with the Panthers for a little bit. But
He went to he went to Georgia.
yep.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he switching it up. Hey, listen, that motherfucker is built like a something. So
Oh
he
yeah.
might if he got any type of charisma or anything like that they could work with, he might be on the way.
They signed another dude
Also,
from the Dolphins too, right?
yeah. Trill Williams. Yeah, he another former NFL
Trill
player
Williams and Trick Williams. That's crazy.
from corner from the Miami Dolphins. He also signed with the group. So he attended a tryout over the summer, and he's been doing some work with some trainers ever since then, and made an appearance this past week on NXT. So we gonna see, man. We gonna see.
I ain't
It's
watch
that dope.
NXT this past week.
He was in the background, like the segment with Ashanti, and then like to be in the locker room, dudes be sitting by.
Yeah.
He was back there.
Okay.
Yeah, he was just in the shot. Speedball Mike Bailey, his contract with TNA is up. He is on his way out. So, he was very recently backstage. This past year, past couple years, he's been in AEW backstage visiting with some friends, things like that. So there's going to be a lot of conversation, seeing where you might go. He probably wind up in AEW or something like that.
I'm sure. I don't see him going nowhere else if he left
They
TNA.
they gotta get something. Be signing up everybody.
I seen they about to have a TikToker on there. The Rizzler Daddy.
What?
Yeah, I seen they about to have the Rizzler Daddy on Dynamite.
Oh my god.
Having a match. I guess the Rizzler Daddy was an independent wrestler back in the day.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. The fact that I've ignored all that Rizzler shit, and it's the first time I've ever acknowledged it in any fashion. See a bunch of fat white Italian dudes.
Hey, whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to that dude with the pizza cutter gimmick?
I don't know. Keep that shit over there though.
Oh man, I remember.
He's still in was it GCW? He's still over there, but yeah, keep that shit over there.
Please. That was really tripping. Hey, MVP had a little chat about obviously coming to AEW now and how he left WWE. He said new management wasn't for him and he wasn't for them. He obviously he had been away for a little while. He hadn't seen him much since Triple H took over. And he mentioned that he went out to Japan. He didn't necessarily want to resign, and he let it be known because, he saw the new management, everybody come in, and how it's working for some people, not for everybody else, and basically he kind of had it set for like the last year that he probably needed to go. So everybody, was talking about, it was like why he wasn't getting on TV, why he wasn't getting featured. He was working his way out the door. He was just waiting for that contract to be up.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, and we see how it's going.
People do that in real jobs all the time.
Yeah.
The Chiefs about to lose their first game, bro.
Oh shit.
Pat Mahomes interception with a minute left.
It's gonna be
down 9.
It's gonna be the narrative all week long.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Anybody remember Primo and Epico? It was
Yeah.
it's
Los
Carlito's
Matadors,
cousins. Yeah, the
they
Carlito's
were a part of the
cousins.
greatest match I've ever seen.
Now WeeLC.
WeeLC.
Oh my god. Hey, listen, that was better than it had any right to be.
Shit was
I
fire.
like that. When they announced it, I'm like, y'all could keep this shit on Monday Night Raw or something. Like, we don't need to do this at no pay-per-view. Like,
And that's why they went so hard, because it was just like, yeah, niggas not expecting this to be good at all. So we gonna do what we gotta do. Like when you that low on the card, you kind of go ahead, do whatever you want. Like just it's a pre-show match. Just get the crowd hype. And that's what they did, bro. I'll go watch that match all the time. Like it had, like you said, no business being as good as it was.
I haven't watched it since the first time, like when I watched it live. Like, I might need to.
No, run that.
I might put it on the list. Oh,
What about Primo
last thing?
Epico?
Oh yeah. So they're going to NWA. They're about to show up this Tuesday on NWA Power.
Okay.
So we got them back. I think that's good though. I think that's good. You know,
Surprised they didn't join the LWO.
No, and that's why like I'm glad we ain't doing shit like that. Like they family is like deep into this shit. Like, you know, Carlos Colon way back in the day out in Puerto Rico, you know, they got roots in this shit. Like we don't need to be on this caricature shit, you know, where everybody, all the Latinos in one group together just because. Like, no, don't do that.
Right.
Last thing I got. So obviously we heading ever so close to January, Raw on Netflix. Got a glimpse of how these streaming deals are gonna go on Friday with Jake Paul and Tyson. Netflix and sports. But
I had to refresh my shit mad times, bro.
Mine was okay. Like there was like a couple here and there, but it wasn't nearly as bad as some of the people. Granted, I tuned out of that fight at least 3 times.
Yeah, I did too.
Like,
it was like, I did get to see the other fights though. Like I didn't have a problem with them. It wasn't until the main event started. More people who didn't care about the other boxers, they cared about the main event, and that's when the traffic got worse.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so obviously all the everyone backstage is trying to make this show major. You know, they've been talking about getting some, you know, celebrity appearances, some performances, you know, all the top stars. And in particular, internally, they're expecting a return from Becky Lynch. Raw on Netflix. So you know, I think we said this for the YouTube. We need time to miss Becky. And I think it's safe to say we done missed Becky for a little bit. So now we got some more time. She got through the holidays, you know what I'm saying? She can chill with the fam and then gear up, come back, get that pop. We can go to work. Because
I was definitely expecting her to show up at the Rumble.
Yeah.
But Raw is cool.
Yeah, this is a good way to get it started. Like, that's what's up. Becky, you have to come back. Charlotte about to come back. We about to eat, man.
Yes, sir.
About to eat for real. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't got nothing to add. So it's all good. I have it seemed like it wasn't a lot of news this week.
Nah, it really wasn't.
Which and that's good. Because when there's a lot of news, it ain't really good. I mean, somebody done got fired, something happened, somebody hurt.
Or you niggas is acting up.
Yeah.
That's like
which I don't know if y'all was acting up this past week. All y'all left. That's the thing. Y'all all left. Y'all left Twitter.
Left. Some people did leave. But
yeah, some people did leave. But I know, like, y'all celebrities. I've seen celebrities out here. I'm gonna put my beef with this individual to the side. when I criticized them. But
Okay.
The wife of a certain pro basketball Hall of Famer who has one of the worst statues of all time. That guy, his wife posted a statement on Twitter talking about how she leaving Twitter. Like, nobody cares, lady. Just leave, bro.
Just go.
She had a whole ass press release with a letterhead and everything. Like, bro, it's like you're not like. She posted a Michael Jordan "I'm back" press release to tell people she leaving Twitter. Like, how self-indulgent do these celebrities have to be for real?
But here's the thing. You can tell self-awareness is at an all-time low because I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't mean to drop names. I know you're trying to be inconspicuous. Tell me your favorite Gabrielle Union tweet. I'll wait.
I mean, I wouldn't know. She's had me blocked for 15 years on Twitter. So,
well, I mean, listen, hey, y'all can sell it to me because I haven't seen it. I don't think I've ever seen one of Gabrielle Union's tweets. One.
She might have you blocked too.
I never interacted with her. So like, that's what I'm saying. I did not know she even had a presence on Twitter. So like, either I'm under the rock for real, I've been in a cave somewhere, which I haven't, or she's just blowing this up because she's a celebrity and she thinks that it's getting some traction. Like, it's really not like that.
I'll do y'all one better. Give me your favorite Gabrielle Union movie. Don't worry, I'll wait.
I go. And this ain't even a good example, but it's definitely Bad Boys 2. She had like 3 scenes in the movie. Like,
see, here's the thing.
That's
you can name off a bunch of movies, and nobody's going to consider those Gabrielle Union movies. They're going to consider those movies that she's in.
That's facts.
My answer too can play that game.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider that Gabrielle Union. Even like Deliver Us from Evil was like,
that's the one movie she was a star in, bro. Like,
but I consider that an LL Cool J movie, though.
True, I do too.
Because I remember when it first came out, I'm like, okay, who is she? Like, but LL's in this movie, like, that's
all right. She got being Mary Jane. That's her magnum opus, I guess.
It's
we ain't watch that shit though. That was
that's
for
what
the
I'm
women.
saying. Exactly. That's the mom show. Like, they watch that shit. That ain't nobody else watching it but them.
It's turned into a Gabrielle Union roast session. So I'm gonna ask what we watched this past week. I can guarantee it wasn't none of her movies.
Nope.
What we watched this past week, bro?
Oh my goodness. I just got back into on my shit with my pods and things like that. You know, I got my CVV on deck. But
he be having some mid guests sometimes. I ain't even gonna lie.
He do.
I ain't gonna say who the mid guests are, but y'all be sensitive. But like, I ain't. There's some people I'll be like, I guess I ain't watching this past week. I ain't gonna watch this.
Well, I mean, he brings whoever. Oh, he has Simon Miller on there.
Simon Miller, Ups and Downs.
Which
I ain't watched Ups and Downs in years, bro. I was a dedicated Ups and Downs watcher.
Me too.
2020.
I've been lacking. I've been lacking for real. Like, I still, like, when he did like with PLEs, I'll still watch, but other than that, I've been lacking. But
I only stopped because like I would watch an episode of Dynamite and then I'd watch his video the next day, and everything I thought was terrible, he gave an up.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yo, we not on the right page here, bro.
Well, no, because he is a fan of just purely wrestling and sports entertainment, and
that's what he's saying. I feel like he's angling to get a job sometimes.
Hey, listen, they just be happy over there. They just be happy with pretty much anything. But he low-key trying to motivate me because I didn't realize like he had just started wrestling like in his mid-30s. And like now he's not, I mean, he's only in his late 30s now, but like, you know,
he's saying there's a chance.
Like now he up there, he talked about how he was at All In. You know, they called like, hey, we need some guys to do. I think what was that shit? When Powerhouse Hobbs came up, they had a segment, and they needed some people there for that. They got to call up, so he got to be out there with them. Like, okay. Like I hear you. And then he was like, what was the other shit? Like he did some stuff with TNA. You know what I'm saying? So he'd have been around. Only one other place left to hit. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Like he's saying, it's it might be something. There might be something to this shit. You know,
Golden up.
big facts.
What I watched this past week? I was watching mad Eddie Guerrero shit. That's all I did. I watched the 2005 feud with Ray. So I watched I didn't realize they wrestled that many fucking times in 2005, bro. They had
I'm telling you,
6 matches on TV, bro. Shit's crazy. WrestleMania 21, of course. Judgment Day. They had an underrated 30-minute match on SmackDown in June of 2005. Like
I remember that.
This during the month of the draft.
Yeah.
And at the end of this match, that's when he decided, yo, I can't beat this nigga. So I'm gonna tell everybody his secret. Like
Facts.
The very next week, he came out just like, yo, I know a little secret about this nigga. So I watched the match at Great American Bash, where the stipulation was if he lost, he wouldn't reveal the secret. But then he revealed the secret any fucking
did it anyway.
Like the very next week. He's like, I'm your puppy. SummerSlam, the ladder match. I didn't get around to watching that just because I watch that all the time. This other, like the SmackDown match, like I don't even remember that. So I checked that out. Underrated. Nobody talks about that. Then they had another match on SmackDown in September in a cage. That's when Eddie finally beat him. The one match Eddie won all the times they fought each other. I watched the matches they had versus Eminem when they lost the titles. And then the next week, when Eddie just refused to tag in and help Ray out. In the rematch.
Yeah.
Because Chavo was in his ear, like, yo, this nigga ain't family. Like, fuck that nigga. That's basically what Chavo was telling him.
Yep.
I ain't even mad at it. You know why I ain't mad at it? Because after that, the very next week, Ray comes out and just like hits Eddie in the chest.
Yeah.
And then Eddie was just like, yo, I ain't never put my hands on you, big dog. Like, what's up with that? Ray at that point, I was like, yo, you got a point.
That's true. Like, but see,
Ray kind of deserved it.
It was tough because like Ray was hot by that point because he's like, yo, like 1 minute you here, next minute you here, like, what's up with you?
Right.
Like, yo, and he wasn't talking. He was just being quiet. Like, nah, all that. You ain't gonna talk. You gonna do something.
All right, you ain't trying to talk. We gonna fight.
Right.
And Eddie was like, I ain't bet. Whooped his ass. End of the episode. Like, beat the shit out of bro. Had him bloody. Like, big ass suplex. That suplex on the stairs was nasty.
Oh. Hey, listen. We talked about it on the Promo Madness. That promo in the chair where he had that mask with the blood. We talk about cinema now. That shit was cinema 20 years ago.
Man,
listen,
like it was. It really was.
Eddie in this villain story was beautiful. Like you couldn't script better shit than that.
Yeah, shout out to my guy, man. And then I asked Chat GPT. I said, yo, give me 5 random Eddie Guerrero matches to watch. And the 5 matches they gave me, the match versus Edge on SmackDown, the no DQ. That's one of my favorite matches all time on TV.
Oh, yeah, that's
the ladder match for the IC title versus RVD, where that one fan came in and tried to kill Eddie Guerrero.
Oh my
live
God.
on TV.
Oof.
I forgot that was the episode Redacted came back to. So just like
Yikes.
the times I don't be expecting to see this nigga on my screen. Here you
go. Always, bro.
Every single time. They gave me a match Eddie had versus Ultimo Dragon on SmackDown in 2003. And it was the first round of the US title tournament when they brought the US title back.
Oh, that's right.
And it wasn't like the greatest match. It was a cool little sprint though.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Then Judgment Day 2003, Eddie and Tajiri for the tag titles versus Shelton and Charlie Haas. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Run that if you ain't watched that in a while. They was going crazy.
Hey.
I love ladder matches in general, but
Charlie Haas don't be getting enough love, man.
He don't. I seen Charlie, Kurt, and Shelton reunited like last weekend too.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. That was at what was it, the big convention? Something, I think it's called the big convention. It was in New York.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it was fire. And then the last match ChatGPT gave me that I didn't get around to watching, Eddie and Big Show for the US title at No Mercy 2003. I wasn't too pressed to watch a Big Show match, but I'm gonna check it out though.
Wasn't that? No, that wasn't the match. That was on SmackDown where he chokeslammed this motherfucker on the hood of that truck and the glass cut him up.
Oh shit. They used to do a lot of shit that had me scared for the wrestlers back then.
Oh yeah, I think that's what led to the match though.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back and watch 2003, so I'm good. I watched 2003 a couple years ago. Like, give me a few more years.
I'm saying I done did that already, so we good.
Yeah. You seen this WWE Vault YouTube channel?
Yeah, I seen a couple videos off of there.
So like, I don't know where it came from, but it just popped up on my feed. They showed a watch along with Eddie and Ray and Michael Cole from like 2004. It never came out until they posted it, obviously. It was a Halloween Havoc match. And they was just watching the match. And like it was weird because like I saw it pop up and it was like I saw a ghost. I was like, what the fuck is this? It looked fake.
Man.
So I turned, it was cool, man. Like it was cool to see Eddie in that element. Like this kind of what you going back to the conversation we had earlier. I would expect Eddie to be having a podcast or something. Like this was kind of the closest we would get to Eddie Guerrero on a podcast.
Yeah.
Just him talking about his old match with Ray and Michael Cole. It was cool, bro.
I
hope they got more. I hope they did more with Eddie. There's some of the old shit. That would be cool. Drop everything that you got. Release it all. Release every watch along you have, no matter who it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Watch along with Bam Bam Bigelow.
I would.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah. I need to know what this motherfucker was thinking. Because for a dude of his size to be moving the way he moving, I need to know, like, what was your motivation, sir?
You remember Bam Bam Bigelow was in Major Pain?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Bam Bam Bigelow.
He got his ass cooked. He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
Shout out to both of them, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's talk about coming up. Hold on, let me get it ready. Where is it at?
WarGames.
WarGames coming up.
Yes, sir.
2 weekends from now. Yeah. Came up real quick. They had to rush it. Seems like they had to get everything in order. The Bloodline Civil War continues, man. Now Bronson Reed is a part of the Timu Bloodline. Which do we need Bronson Reed?
Listen,
here?
This is Roman's fault because Solo is like, oh, so you bringing in motherfuckers who not really part of this for real? Okay, bet. So that means I got a free draft pick of whoever I want to get. I'm gonna go get this too because I done seen him squashing Seth. I done seen him putting Braun through cars in the ring and shit like that. I'm getting this motherfucker. We going to WarGames. There it is.
Hey, I now you got me on the right page. I appreciate you.
Sometimes
I'll be tripping.
That's the first thing I'm thinking because I'm like, wait a minute, that don't make sense. But what makes less sense is that motherfucker being out there as an original Bloodline member. Like,
I will continue to state my claim, and I'm gonna do what I did last week and give y'all the definition of the word original. presenting or existing from the beginning, first or earliest. Now, if I go to Wikipedia, right, and I go check the members of the bloodline family, and we can see when every member of the bloodline actually joined the group, right?
Mm-hmm. Get them
The
right.
original bloodline apparently consisting of Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Paul Heyman all joined the bloodline officially on the same date, July 9th, 2021. Sami Zayn did not join almost until 11 months later. Going off of the definition of original, my guy.
Yeah.
Present or existing from the beginning, first or earliest. He does not qualify.
When it comes to Sami Zayn,
go ahead.
When it comes to Sami Zayn, it's real simple. Well, you a fan. That's what happened.
Really?
He wasn't there.
That's really what happened.
Yeah.
In the words of Big Shaq,
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
It's true.
But you kind of right. Because at least Bronson Reed is Samoan.
Yeah.
This nigga is a Canadian Middle Eastern who looks like a white guy.
Right. You do not fit into this picture, sir. And you haven't been fit. It was
then
tolerated.
Dude walking around walking around backstage trying to recruit like he really film. Like,
you ain't qualified to give motherfucking rules on the fucking game, you fucking bozo.
Hey, y'all stop. He wear OG Bloodline shirts too.
Disgusting.
What is this?
The nastiest work. Hey,
I think y'all do this on purpose, WWE. Like, y'all know I be getting mad about it.
Yeah.
I'll be legit getting a little upset sometimes. I ain't gonna hold
you. Yeah, it's true. Hey, I'm on to him though. I'm on to him.
Yeah, I seen it too.
I didn't notice until somebody posted this video of it, but they was backstage and Solo comes out and they see it on the screen. Why does dude pull his phone out of his pocket and throw it on the couch? Like, what you got going on? Like behind the scenes over here. Like we already identified you as an op. But what else? What other levels of deceit do you got hidden that we don't already know about?
Yeah, man. I seen people copping pleas. It's like, oh, he knew he was gonna do a tope suicida. No, he didn't. He didn't know that. That shit was literally in the moment, bro. Like, yeah, you don't know that you about to do a tope suicida to niggas.
Y'all be so willing to just buy anything. I got a bridge that y'all might want to be interested in if that's the case.
This is why y'all be getting scammed by these fake wrestler pages on IG that be asking for money.
I'm sorry, that's hilarious.
Sami Zayn is a good guy. Y'all think Sami Zayn is a good guy and that he's wholesome. Nah, listen, he showed his true colors multiple times.
Like, every time I see a story like that, I have no sympathy. I literally laugh every time. I laugh every time. Because how are you lacking that much common sense that you think any of these people that have been on TV for years, especially the ones that get featured regularly, they're going to reach out to you for money? You working a 9 to 5, probably not even touching 6 figures. You watching them on TV every week.
Y'all probably ain't touching 5 figures, bro.
Yeah, like, they're reaching out to you for money and you just gave it.
Okay. And I ain't even saying that to sound like an asshole. Like, y'all young. It's probably a lot of teenagers. Like, I don't think many teenagers are touching 5 figures.
Yeah.
Or young, like, college students, or like, I still go off with the notion a lot of wrestling fans are unemployed. Like, the diehard ones, y'all spend all day on Twitter, bro. Like, I don't think y'all have a job at all.
Y'all don't have
I know y'all not touching 5 figures. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just going off of
speaking factually.
2 + 2. Yeah.
Y'all either y'all don't have a job or y'all don't have a life. And neither one is acceptable, to be honest with you.
I will say this though. They might get me if it was a Nia Jax page in my DMs. Asking how much you need. Shit.
Oh man. Listen, she got too much family. I don't know if I can fall for that either. Like, you mean to tell
Off
me
principle, I would do it.
I'm like, you mean to tell me you went through 100 some more niggas and you got to me after? Nah, ain't no way.
Oh, give me a picture with your name on it. I mean, just write it on a piece of paper and say, "Oh yeah."
Hey, if there's some documentation involved, we might be
we
there.
got some proof now. I'm gonna do it.
Like hey, I got an iPhone now, so like if you FaceTiming me and telling me this
that's
message,
crazy. My dude got an iPhone now.
Yeah,
he ain't a real nigga. It's crazy.
Hey, I had to try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't fuck with it, I'll switch back. You know,
that's nuts. It was just me and Reek, man. That was it. I'm all alone.
I had to try it. I had to try it out, see what was hitting on.
That's tough. It's about to leave me out of the messages, all that. That's crazy.
Yeah, we got like 3 group chats. We still tapped in.
Big facts. Hey, you think they're gonna like successfully get Seth to join now?
I feel like they have to now because it's like,
I don't like that.
It's the whole enemy of my enemy being my friend thing. Like, I don't like it either.
We did that last year.
Yeah, it's like we don't have to do that, honestly. Like they
like Bronson nor Seth. Like I get your reasoning for Bronson now, but like I don't like Seth. Seth even said like next time I'm in a ring with Roman, we facing each other because it's smoke.
Oh yeah,
even though this dude never apologized to Roman Reigns and he out here playing victim, but that's neither here nor there.
You know something, that's the only thing, because I remember when you posted the thing with Magic and Isaiah making. I looked at that and I'm like, you know something, it really shouldn't go that way, because Roman been doing his thing, he been an asshole and all this other stuff, but the beef between him and Seth is still technically on Seth's side because the chair shot heard around the world. Right. Never made up for that. Authority. They just the authority. They just went their separate ways, started doing their own shit, and every time they would clash with each other, they had beef. But it's like, no, Seth the one that really got to make amends there. Like, he acting like he got all this high ground to stand on. Like, no, sir. Like, realistically, if you really wanted to deep dive this shit and say what really made Roman into this, for storyline purposes, what made Roman into that monster, you could go back about 10 years to something where it's like, man, this nigga was a good guy. And to his brother, I can't sure. He had PTSD from Sammy back in 2023. He had that look in his face, that snap that they caught at him with his look, that was PTSD.
Right.
Because he was thinking back, oh my God, this shit happening again. I turned my back on one of these niggas and they stabbed me with it again. Like, that, all that can be traced back to June of 2014, and Seth has never made amends for it. So I don't want to hear from Seth Rollins that, I'm never getting in the ring with Roman again and blah, blah, blah. Roman is just a monster that arguably you may have created.
And you know that meme that be like, niggas be like Subway trash. Like, nigga, you made the sandwich.
Yeah. That's facts.
All this could be resolved by just like, there's really no need to have a fifth member on each side anyway.
That's true.
Like, it was perfectly 4-4. We just shoehorning this in for some reason. I don't know.
listen, we still got that option.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I don't got eyebrows, so I can't do the shit. We still got that option. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
that the new nickname, Rick Villanueva.
Oh God, I'll do it for 1 week. That's it.
That's a mouthful. How about Reek Dobbs? That better?
Oh man.
Hey, where Josh Dobbs been at? He had a nice little year last year. He just fell off.
He was cooking. They forgot about it, I guess. Like,
they replaced him with Sam Darnold. That's crazy.
It's nasty.
Losing your job to Sam Darnold is nasty.
The worst part is he's doing good. Like,
right.
He's supposed to be trash for real.
Hey, white people have been cooking this past like 5 weeks. White people have been on a roll, bro.
Yeah. They ain't being stopped no time soon.
White people say we taking the power back, man.
Hey,
let's talk about this women's side of WarGames, man, because nothing's official yet, but I'm seeing like everything coming together, and it's looking like it's making this do. I did read the spoilers for Raw on Monday, so like, yeah, I see what they're doing. My question is though, how all of a sudden Bianca cool with Io? They just in the ring just celebrating together. What's up with that?
That's what I want to know. See, we had this habit, and I don't like it, of when we go from being a heel to being a face, everyone who's on the heel side, they cool with the heels, or everyone on the face side is cool with the faces, regardless of what their history is. That shit gotta stop. For real. Because I remember, like, going all the way back to last year, Puerto Rico in Backlash, and they was putting on a banger. But they've been beefing like ever since.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and there was no resolution to that beef. And even more to that fact,
they've been beefing since Nashville.
Right. And that's exactly where I'm going. She still don't fuck with Bayley.
Right.
And Bayley left Damage Control. So it's like, we got that on site. Nah, I don't fuck with you energy with Bayley, but Io cool. Like, she came in to make the save, so we squashed all that. When and how?
That's not how black people operate.
It damn showing. Not black women.
Yeah, black women. No,
if black women got beef with you, they're carrying that shit into the grave.
Bro, a black woman will hold a grudge against her own husband for 5 years.
Yep.
Like, I remember you left the toilet seat up in 2018 and I fell in there. That was years ago.
I don't care.
That's how that go.
That don't mean nothing. Oh.
Anyway, I want to say one more thing before we get up out of here. I think WarGames, we need to cut this shit out after this year. You remember I said like a few weeks ago, it's gonna go to the way that Hell in a Cell pay-per-view did.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, now we know what's coming up and we just gotta, like, the women. I don't think the women should be in a WarGames. Because what about these women who are, they beefing? What about that has to do with WarGames in 2 weeks?
All right. So I'm gonna, since you opened the door, I'm gonna go here. Because this brings up a conversation that I've been wanting to have for a while. And it might hit with people, it might hit the wrong way with some folks. I don't give a damn because I'm authentic. This has been my problem with just creating a women's version of any stipulation match. It's not because the women shouldn't be included. I'm gonna say that. This might save me right now. I'm gonna say that. We all about inclusion here. It's not that the women shouldn't have the match. I don't feel it's necessary to just say, okay, we're gonna have Hell in a Cell here and there. Men are gonna be in this one, women are gonna be in this one. If I'm a quote the man who writes the show. If the story dictates it, if it's the best thing on, that's what. Now he's talking about what goes on last, but for me, it's if you're going to create a stipulation like a War Games, like a Hell in a Cell, the story should dictate that. If there were interweaving stories between all of these women that said, okay, they've all had beef with each other, they're all getting closer together, and now we have a line drawn where they're on what bunch of them are on this side, a bunch of them on that side. Let's have a War Games match. That's not the case. Pimp and Nia aren't even on this show.
Right.
This is just a bunch of moving pieces coming together because they would say, "Oh, we want to have a women's War Games match, so let's make that." No, you know who should have the second game War Games match? The Wyatts and Karrion Kross and Final Testament. One, because damn it, Kross is finally like, I'm digging this character that he got going on. Like this, it's finally hitting with me.
Yeah.
And the swerve by the Miz where like he got kidnapped and he was talking about turn over a new leaf, but then he go back and hit these motherfuckers with chairs. Like that was good. Like I'm sitting up here, I'm saying for the longest time, Miz ain't that good an actor. Hell, if I know anything.
Hey man, he was in the Marine.
Like he turned me around on that. Like, okay. But again, that's been going on for weeks. That's a story. That's something that's built. And there are women involved in this. Nikki's on the Wyatt side. Scarlett is on their side. So it's inclusive. But again, it's my thing. Like, we don't have to force feed the whole, we got two War Games matches we're gonna have on a night. Make sure the women get in one. Now, why did you do that? It's not like Money in the Bank where it's like, okay, we're gonna have two matches so that the women both have, or the men and women each have a briefcase. Like, it's not like that. Because at the end of the day, you're advancing something. Money in the Bank is, to tell, a story for somebody. It's a way for somebody to move up the chain. War Games is not doing nothing but blowing off a feud, just like Hell in a Cell is. It needs a story. It doesn't have a story here, so we don't need to do that. So y'all can throw daggers at me. I don't care. It's the truth. We don't need to just keep pushing the women's side of every stipulation. That's all I'm saying.
Sometimes men don't need it.
That true. I say that too.
So like, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just like, to sum it all up, sometimes it calls for it, sometimes it doesn't. So if we get to November and we have a natural, just like last year with the Judgment Day, that made sense. Judgment Day fucking destroying everything on the roster. These motherfuckers was all over the place. Like, you assemble a team to go against them. That makes sense. A couple years ago, you had the Bloodline with Sammy, and they was going up against who they faced. It was Kevin Owens, Sheamus. It was them niggas.
Yeah. I can't remember. But
that seemed like it was a couple lifetimes ago. But
yeah,
my point being, like, it made sense to do it at the time.
Right.
It was like when NXT, you had Undisputed Era. It made sense because they were always there.
Right.
You got a bunch of people like, I want to face these niggas. They been beating our ass all summer.
Exactly.
So it gets in November, like, that makes sense. But like right now, it's like we just throwing a bunch of women together, put them in a regular Survivor Series match. Like, what happened to those?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we could easily make that a 5-on-5. If we had a War Games match for that, and the women did a 5-on-5 just traditional Survivor Series match like back in the day, that's fine. Do that. But it's like feeling like you need to do everything that is going on that side. It's like we're not. The competition should be with like each other, making each other better. It's not, what's the guys doing, what's the girls doing. Like, I get that they do it and it makes each other better, but we don't need to do that. And if you're gonna compete, like I said, do it in creative ways.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Find another avenue that you want to, something that's different that you want to do that we haven't seen yet. But like, just throwing shit together for the sake of throwing it together is not it at all.
Hey, I don't need to see EO doing a trash can spot again every single year.
Like, listen, the first time it's fantastic. Even the second time, it's fire. When I have to timestamp when I can guess of when it's gonna happen, we doing it too much. Like, that's called oversaturation. I don't need that. Make a new spot. Like,
actually, I'm gonna say some more things about WarGames next week. I think we can just wrap up right now. Let's plug our socials and get out of here. I had a hot take. I'm gonna save it when we preview the matches next week.
Oh shit! Hey,
it has more to do with what I said. This like let's let this be the last year. But yeah, I'm more of that next year. My bad.
Oh, see, I should have waited. I knew I should have waited. Y'all gonna have me at Recap24 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, you can check out the Havoc Hour where we talk sports and entertainment on all streaming platforms. We find Young Kings Wrestling, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts. The video version is up on YouTube. All the content is out now.
And I am the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TCF Baby. Please say the baby. Follow me on Instagram, TC Fontaine. That's not it. TC.Fontaine on Instagram, at TC Fontaine. If you're still on Twitter, I am 32 years old. I don't have it in me to migrate on other social networks. So y'all don't need to follow me everywhere. It's okay. I understand people that want to leave, but I can't do it. I don't have it in me no more. I didn't even want to go to Threads. I used Threads for a day. That's how I knew.
Like, I don't see the purpose of it, honestly.
Unk is washed up, bro. Unk is washed up. I can't do it no more. I ain't even like I didn't even make a TikTok personally. I made a TikTok for Young Kings Wrestling. That's it.
Yeah. I don't remember why I made it. Because
you're trying to watch some silhouette challenges, bro. You ain't low.
Hell no. At my last job, motherfuckers they were constantly sending me TikToks and shit that they be laughing at. So it's like, okay, I guess I can't open this unless I got it, or I gotta go like through the internet to watch this shit. I might as well just make it.
Yeah.
So that if you gonna blow me up about it, at least I could just go in there and see what it is. But I had to I gotta be feeling old as shit. I had to have my sister show me like how this shit actually works so I could make it.
It's so confusing. There's so many buttons.
Right. Like they got so many different features and how you do this shit. Like,
and that's how Instagram is now.
Crazy.
Like I updated Instagram like a year and a half ago.
Oh my God.
I was like, what the fuck? It didn't used to look like this. What am I supposed to do here? And that's really why I don't post on Instagram no more. It's confusing.
It is.
Take you 10 minutes to post something that you already made. Like usually you could post something that's already made, like just throw it up there.
Right.
You update Instagram one time after not updating it for a while. Hold on, how this work? Oh man. Next thing you know, you done did too much. You put too many filters over the video. You gotta start over. Like that's how it goes.
Tripping.
All that being said, all these social media, y'all all trying to be like each other. Remember, every social media used to be different.
Man.
Like they all had their own uniqueness about it, and they all served a purpose. So it made sense to have multiple social medias, but now they all do the same thing. What's the point? Every social media got vertical short videos that's like TikTok. Instagram got it. YouTube got it now. Like Twitter gonna get it eventually, I bet.
I said this years ago, and it's never stopped being true. We didn't appreciate Tom. We didn't appreciate. We abandoned Tom when Tom was good to us.
We did.
Like
abandoned Tom for Mark, man.
Like
it was the same.
He looked out. We didn't have no issues. It was so much less drama on MySpace, and even if it was drama, it would be like inbox drama. Like, right. Oh yeah, so it be going on behind the scenes. It doesn't go crazy there. But we said, nah, Facebook is blowing up right now. We got to bounce, homie. Left Tom, left a whole good thing, and been stressed ever since. It's crazy,
man. It's crazy when you think about like Facebook. Facebook was
Mhm.
really just a tool to get bitches from Mark Zuckerberg. That's all it was.
Yeah, it really was though.
That's crazy. I learned that in school. I learned that in the journalism class. It was like a media class I took.
Yep.
They said, man, Mark Zuckerberg was just trying to get bitches in college. So he made a website.
Makes perfect sense.
Now this nigga dressed like he a 23-year-old. It's crazy.
All the time.
See how this nigga dressed, bro?
He don't look human. Like
he dressed like Will Ospreay.
He just that's as accurate a statement about this nigga.
The same hair. He got the one gold chain.
Yeah.
The white t-shirt.
Like if you look in his face, he don't look human. He looks
he don't.
Not of this
something
planet.
Missing there. There's not a soul there.
That's what I'm saying. I be peeking down the rabbit hole sometimes. I hear some people say like, he be whatchamacallit, one of them lizards or some shit like that. I'm like,
that's crazy.
If you look at him in the face sometimes, I'll be like, damn, y'all might be on to something. But that's why I stopped looking down, because this, when you get sucked into that shit, it's over for you.
Hey, you ever go down like a conservative rabbit hole on social media? They say some of the most ridiculous shit, bro.
Of course. It's wild.
You ain't never went down that rabbit hole and they say Michelle Obama a man? Like, what's up with y'all?
I seen that. Like, hey, listen, man. You ain't gonna find too many black women out on Front Street that are doing that. Especially in to be a first lady in the White House, like, nah, ain't no way. That would be the most elaborate acting job ever. And mind you,
she got daughters that look just like her.
That, and like, not like acting jobs are foreign. In the in the Oval Office, JFK was an actor, or was it somebody else? I think it was
666.
Okay, there you go. I know it was one of these motherfuckers, but yeah. So I'm saying, like, there's some people in there that they give you cause to pause, but sometimes I just gotta touch grass and read a book. That's
I like going down political rabbit holes. Like both extremes is just like, it's entertaining. Just give me a snack and I'll just scroll.
Yeah, no. Listen, I've met people when I was doing PFL. There was a couple people in there that had to say some wild shit. I'm just like, okay, all right.
With that being said, we'll be back next week with another episode of Young Kings Wrestling.
Another one.
Appreciate y'all listening this far. Make sure you subscribe. Go get you some merch. Go get you a Christmas sweater at YKWrestling.com.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. We out of here.
My merch will be here by next week.
Hey, it should. If not, we'll talk afterwards.
Yeah, we go.
We out of here.
All right.
Gone.